What's up, everybody? So as a celebration of 2025 starting, I'm going to be doing a compilation of my favorite moments from every video I've made so far for this year, and this video will be in chronological order. So my Bluey video will be first, and my bingo video will be my last. And yeah, Happy New Year to all of you, and let's get into this video. This video was originally on Billy's channel, but because of the backlash he got, he took it down. He also blocked the people that criticize him. This shows that Billy cannot take any criticism. I think this deserves 100 cents. Can we all agree? So, flipping off the camera.
This is some weird furry shit.
Since I don't feel like counting how many times Billy says furry in this video, I'm just gonna add 10 cents for it. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that later.
God.
I work in cartoons.
We need the Space Marines.
So Bluey
seen
has
the damn
always
furry
been
face.
on my radar.
For those who don't know who the Space Marines are, there's a series on YT called Furry Apocalypse, where the Space Marines are assigned to kill all the furries in the show. So, if my research is correct, Billy wants the Space Marines to kill all the characters from Bluey and the odd ones out. Yeah, this deserves 50 cents.
Of just from the clips that I saw, I adored the art style, especially the backgrounds. So much so that my very own
way better than that
has
shit.
studied
Like what? Can you give an example? Personally, I can't think of anything.
and taken in. It was great to look at, but the voice acting, the sound design, and the
No.
music
How
art.
can you hate on the music and voice acting when you haven't even heard it? This is equivalent of an anime hater disliking the music in One Piece when they haven't watched a single episode, adding 5 cents.
Equals in animals, they call flip-flops thongs, and they say things
That's
like,
just disturbing.
"Oh, Lord."
How the heck is this disturbing? I have two possible reasons. 1. In America, the word thong refers to what's on screen. Or 2. Billy just hates Australians for whatever reason. Either way, this comment is so ridiculous I'm adding 12 cents.
Parents, it's
You could have been
well-written and
watching some
wholesome. Anyone, regardless of having kids, can enjoy the
action-packed
show.
movies.
Let's watch the rest,
Could have been watching
shall
some
we?
or something. But no, you want to watch a
Season
children's
2
show.
and
I had to censor that word because YT doesn't like it. You don't know what it is. It rhymes with corn. Also, what kind of suggestion is this? I really don't have a problem with action-packed movies, but corn? Would you say this to every kid, teen, and adult watching the show? This suggestion is so incredibly bad, I'm adding these many cents.
Season 3.
Look at him sit. He's jerking off sitting there watching that shit.
AKA
He's like,
Tools, and one Industrial
I don't know what to say. 25 cents.
Revolution.
They're
also go through
in
different
the early stages of a
lives as
furry.
mother
What kind of childhood did you have growing up? Did you never pretend to be an animal, or even anything? I don't need to explain why this point is stupid. 10 cents.
and child.
They're getting
As
ready to get to
Fish,
that next
Bluey says
level
that she's the
of
mommy fish and
cringiness and
Bingo is the
creepiness.
baby.
Billy somehow thinks that is creepy and cringy. Let that sink in.
Then at the very
Vegeta,
end, saying,
please. Final Flash times
is
100.
heaven.
All of your non-Dragon Ball Z fans are going to be confused as to what you're talking about. Also, Billy wants the world to end. Again. Also, you know you're going to blow yourself up, right? I guess you don't care about your life. And where's Vegeta going to live?
Are you
So there's your cringe of the day, folks.
Only cringe was you. Also, flipping off the camera. Again.
Some of this animation.
Unfortunately for the rest of this video, Billy says he dislikes this animation, but he never explains why it looks bad. If you're trying to criticize this, could you at least elaborate? Because of how annoying this was, I'm adding 50 cents for this overall and moving on.
The lizard poop. So at prom, he becomes the lizard and try to kill the bully, but Gwen
What
tried
the
to
fuck
stop
is
him,
this?
and he dies from construction. So in reality,
looks gay as
Peter
fuck.
Parker-
Okay, I know I said I'll be moving on from this, but this point deserves an extra 10 cents.
This is why you need to crack Spider-Man, but this one is pregnant. Also, the
What the
Mexican has
fuck?
vampire
Okay, is this
qualities. Like,
woke
what the
shit?
hell? As
While I do agree there are some woke elements in this film, most people can agree that this movie was still good either way. Unfortunately, Billy is assuming because of the woke elements, this movie was bad and it failed. Also, Billy decides to hate on everything in this film despite not knowing the source material, like what he did in his My Thoughts on Bluey reaction.
As the bird, lucky you're getting grounded. My
Why
mama will put a
destroy the
chopstick up my
Spider-Man
ass.
franchise
Miles then
with this
walks
woke
away,
shit?
goes to his
But this franchise wasn't destroyed by this movie, so what are you talking about?
room and protection. There's so
I
many
don't know
STDs
anything
in
about this.
world.
I don't
promise.
care.
Go get laid. Bro then gets changed.
Is that what
and
she
chases
said?
Gwen
Go
to a
get laid?
building with
Anybody that has seen this movie knows that Miles' mom did not say this. I'm assuming this Asian guy thinks it's funny to say stuff like this, but it's just worse in my opinion, as Billy appears to legitimately believe this. Just like last time, I'm not adding a sin because this isn't Billy's fault.
Paul reunites with him and turns out he has a kid. But Miguel is pissed off and explains to Miles the Spider-Verse exists.
God, this is fucking terrible trash.
Okay, I know this Asian guy isn't explaining this movie that well, but the fact that Billy is calling this trash and bad and garbage, despite explicitly saying earlier he does not care about this movie, is worth at least 25 more sins.
And events that must. Oh, he had like the Asian parents.
Why does he keep his mask off? He's supposed to be Spider-Man.
In this particular scene, Miles' mask is off because earlier in the movie, Miles swam back to his apartment and took off his mask because he didn't want his parents to see him wearing it. However, in different scenes, Miles probably has his mask off because it could be uncomfortable, or because he is comfortable enough to take it off when he's with Gwen Stacy.
Miles, bro.
Strawberries.
Cringe. Yep, that's cringe.
While I do understand you cringing at this, literally every kid has done something cringe in their life. Years later, this kid could have looked back at this video and think, why did I ever make this? So yeah, just give the kid a break.
This is fucked up.
Saying that to a kid, that's worth these many sins.
And you shouldn't be eating a bunch of food anyway, because you don't want to do... This is like an early stage of mukbangs.
Yeah, but two things. One, I know this kid is a little overweight, but you don't know what this kid's diet is. He could literally be trying to lose weight as we speak. Two, are you assuming this kid decided to do mukbang? You have no idea what happened to this kid after this video.
You know, Budweiser's great, but I ain't gonna come on camera talking about it and just that.
Whether you're going to talk about it or not, the fact that you're recommending alcohol to this kid is worth these many sins. I usually add 5 sins for Billy flipping out the camera, but because he's doing this to a kid, I'm going to add 5 times the amount. Yeah, that sounds about good.
So there you go, everyone. One Punch Man is gonna beat the fuck out of this bitch.
I originally agreed with Billy about this before I watched this video. However, there is one problem with this statement. Billy has never watched One Punch Man, so he literally doesn't know any of Saitama's abilities. He's just assuming Saitama is strong enough to defeat Popeye, adding 5 sins for this unjustified opinion. Also, calling Popeye the B word.
Their weapons.
I don't know.
Be shitting me.
Can he breathe in space? I guess he can because he made Earth.
How's he going to breathe with no oxygen? Saitama was holding his breath in space. He can probably hold it much longer than the average human though.
To be fair though, shredding muscle fibers at the micro level, then allowing them time to...
Why are we talking about muscle all of a sudden?
Do you actually not know? Literally a few seconds earlier, these guys were talking about Saitama's workout routine to get his immense strength. God, I'm honestly surprised how you don't know this. I guess you were talking over the video and missed the important info. I'm going to add 50 cents overall for you talking over important info throughout this video. I'm not saying Billy shouldn't be talking at all, because he's a reactor, but he should at least pause the video. I saw you doing this in some of your Nikocado reactions, so why not here?
He had muscle in one part, now he looks bony again, so I don't get it.
I think this has something to do with Saitama's personality. He could go from acting and looking like an average person with no apparent qualities to looking strong and bold.
One in on the joke. Nakia oleracea is a low-green nutrient and antioxidant-rich vegetable that can help prevent cancer and reduce blood pressure. And
everything causes cancer, though.
If you know anything about food, you know how ridiculous this point is, adding 10 cents.
With the power of space,
I don't consider Popeye as an anime. It's an old cartoon.
Earlier in the video, these guys jokingly said Popeye has the power of God in anime. That is a reference to a viral meme from around 2017. In other words, Billy believes these guys genuinely called Popeye in anime, which they obviously didn't.
Yeah, I'm sure. You just don't know what the fuck yous are talking about. You're just making up numbers. I can do that shit too. And I can measure the charts of the universe by putting 6 over here, 7 there, and 20 in that direction. I understand mathematical science stuff. Of kilotons. See, I can just shout out gibberish bullshit too.
Okay, I have a few things to say here. First of all, you claim these numbers are fake. Undecillion is a real number, and yottaton is a real measurement of the strength of a bomb/TNT. Also, how are these numbers fake? Can you give a well thought out explanation? Also, 6, 7, and 20 of what? You say you can do this, but you're not even specifying anything.
Their own sake.
I'm sure,
Vegetables.
How about just shut the fuck up and get to the fight?
Billy, this is a commentary channel. They're supposed to explain each character's abilities. The fact that you're telling them to shut up is so annoying. I'm adding 25 cents and moving on.
Alright, the combat.
Don't destroy the planet. It's just Popeye. It's not like you're fighting against some super mega god. You know you didn't have to do all that.
I suppose, but I think I know why Saitama is doing this. First of all, Saitama was heavily underestimating Popeye's strength until he ate the spinach and revived himself. Secondly, Saitama probably wanted to make the fight more interesting and thrilling, which could explain why he broke off a chunk of the earth.
Eggs. The fuck? How the basic? What the fuck's going on? I don't get the joke.
It's honestly unfortunate how you don't get this joke, because it's very clever. When Popeye punches an object, that object could turn into something different. For example, when he punches this bull, the bull turns into forms of meat and bones off screen. Saitama's head looks like an egg, which is why he turned into a bunch of eggs right here. So yeah, that's the joke.
You guys are just fucking dumb.
From this point to the end of this video, there should be a whole sinning spree. The amount of times Billy says salty and disrespectful things to these two guys is worth at least 50 more sins overall.
Guess must be fucking beating off the Popeye or something, sucking his dick.
I don't know what to say. 25 sins. You know what? I do have something to say. Aren't you doing the same thing as Saitama? Not only is this point inappropriate, but it's also hypocritical.
What is the show moving at, like 15 frames per second? Because that's what this is.
According to Google, this movie runs at 24 frames per second, but the characters actually move at 12 frames per second. It's pretty cool in my opinion, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you were hating on this. Also, the fact that you're talking about the low frame rate of the movie when your camera frame rate is lower than usual, it's kind of ironic.
Not my style! Get the fuck over it, crybabies!
Is Billy trying to rage bait us? Genuine question. You all already know I'm going to add a lot of sins for this. The fact that Billy is insulting his fans for really any reason is worth at least 100 more sins.
A black master found a boy.
Yeah, we already know this shit. Let's get to the fight.
But some people may click on this video without knowing Goku's backstory or abilities, so it's essential that they explain.
This to be his true calling under the guidance of
5'9", 40 years old. That's my age.
Well, according to London Watson, you've been saying you were 40 since 2015, so you're lying. Because you claim to be 40, guess what? I'm going to add 40 more sins.
We already know how this is going to go, folks. I'm not stupid. This is whiz and shit stick.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
They're going to jerk off the Superman.
From this point on, every time Billy makes a sexual joke like this, I'm adding 25 sins. Deal?
Extremely difficult.
These guys can talk a lot, so I have to talk too. It's a reaction. Not gonna pause the video every 5 fucking seconds.
Why don't you do this? I know most people skip when reactors pause the video to talk, but pausing would be better than talking over it.
Dragon Ball fan faster than a speeding
Here they go. Boomstick's getting on his knees. You're counting too many versions of him. Which one? You can only go with one, man. You can't just keep.
Why can't they use more than one version? They use Goku in Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super, so why not here? Also, why was your hand shaking when you said that?
You can only go with one, man. So are we going by the comic? Because I don't read the comics, but I hear that he's really powerful in the comics, so if you're going by that, turn it into a fucking anime.
What? Bro, what are you
version of a retcon?
Let's take the most powerful parts of Superman back in comics that nobody even fucking read.
This is one of the dumbest points Billy says in this whole video. You actually believe no one has read the Superman comics? According to Google, over 600 million copies have been sold.
Not because of his
You're going mostly by comic book.
The DC universe is 15 billion years old, and
you can't do that.
Why not? It's the main canon for Superman. This is like saying using the manga for Goku is wrong.
Well, Tori, y'all know where the fuck your name is. I think you need to make some new material for Goku that he's like super unstoppable too.
Are you implying Toriyama should make Goku significantly stronger all of a sudden? This does not canonically make sense.
Strangers.
We gotta do this like 3 times? Really? Okay, they're just fighting off the bat? That's stupid.
Even if there was an intro, you probably still would have been complaining.
That was awesome! Nice suit!
I'm a bitch!
You were just mocking Superman with his "I'm doing just fine" sentence. Now you're mocking Goku. I guess you don't like this version of him. Also, there cannot possibly be a way in which Goku ever says that.
Tonian fabric.
No. You just treat that Ultra Instinct form just like it's nothing, like it's just pure shit. You never really watched the show, did you?
Although Superman is still stronger than Ultra Instinct, it does not look weak. Goku and Superman were both flying and attacking at insane speed and power, so how does that look like nothing?
Great anyway, because they just don't, you know. This is Ultra Instinct Super God form. And Superman's still like...
I'm gonna be honest, it took more time than I thought for Billy to flip off the camera, but here we are with both hands. Trust me, I can see the other finger off screen, so I'm adding 10 sins instead.
That's cause you're biased, you got a hard on for Superman.
I haven't forgot about what I said in the last video for the sexual jokes. This video will get more sins than my Bluey video, won't it?
I think somebody gazillion jillion of the titanium billion that Goku don't have, but Superman does because it's kilowatts and his titty nipple.
What?
People's got a hard on for Superman because he represents America.
America, yeah. I'm still adding 25 cents.
But like I said, this is a biased episode. You can tell they just have a hard on for Superman. The biggest fucking hard on I've ever seen. Like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm done with this. Alright, the sin total is 411 and the final...
They are blowing their load.
Yeah, so...
Too many counters, so he takes the edge and powers, and it's over.
Well, I think there's something else.
Boomstick is really booming his... Big time. You just don't know much about. You didn't grow up Dragon Ball Z. You didn't watch Dragon Ball Z. You don't live in Japan, so.
Billy, those are literally all assumptions. You have no idea if these guys have watched Dragon Ball Z. Also, what does living in Japan have to do with this?
Because it's...
I'll admit, this edit is kind of funny, but I'm only adding a sin because 1, you're getting this mad over this non-canon hypothetical fight, and 2, you don't put this level of editing into your video, alright?
Because at least to me, it sounds fantastic.
No!
Maybe not.
Billy, the way you're reacting to this makes it seem like you think this guy is genuinely calling this hot dog fantastic when it is clearly satire.
Make it, it's next up McDonald's.
Again?
You're looking at the McDonald's. You cannot believe because at least to me, it
20 more sins.
looks phenomenal.
Why would they sell this? Yes!
More sins, yeah!
Check it out. Such sick people in the world.
Have you even tasted this to give this opinion? But MrXentik, you haven't even tried it, so oh my god.
To assemble, add a
Satan, man.
Can you stop trying to make an impression of a T-Rex?
Cheese, and of course, tomatoes.
No, you shouldn't be okay with it.
I was a little bit mad when I
That's
first
chicken nugget abuse.
You know.
Oh my god.
Did you say you put cake mix in there?
I don't know where you heard this from, because these guys did not say cake mix anywhere. However, they did use buttermilk, which could be used in a cake. So, I'm actually not going to add or remove a sin.
I'll go outside and gather a few leaves if you need some leaves for your fucking pizza.
Billy, these are not plain leaves you can find outside. This is basil, which is a type of herb that can be commonly found in India. You most likely have to grow it yourself to get any.
He put it and eat it like that. Honestly? Gluttony.
Just because he took a bite out of a pizza, you're calling this gluttony? Alright.
How did he lose all that weight again? You know what I mean? Grab it. I don't get it.
Grab it and go. Let's go.
Might as well just get it all back and keep doing what you used to do.
You always say in different videos, don't promote obesity. But here you're telling this guy to gain all the weight back because his channel is about reviewing food. I'm adding 50 cents for this hypocrisy.
If you just want to get others better,
get the fucking leaves off.
I guarantee you haven't even tasted it. Also, I'm just gonna go ahead and add 5 cents for Billy repeatedly calling the basil leaves, especially when Guga Foods refers to it as basil in the video.
Maybe one of the most
deal lovers menu at
There we go. There's real pizza right there, motherfuckers.
Points like these prove Billy is not free from criticism. You call American pizza real pizza compared to Italian pizza? Even people in the comment section were criticizing this point. Billy, you know pizza was invented in Italy, right? Also, most of the time, Italian pizza is healthier than American pizza, so it's honestly insane you're calling it real. So, here's what I'll do. Not only am I adding 50 cents for this point alone, but I'm adding another 50 for the people in my comments that try to defend Billy from any criticism by saying something like,
"Stop making these hate videos. I love baby tears."
Shut up.
But nevertheless, bro.
Number one in the world? Who said number one? Did everybody in the fucking world agree to that? I don't think so.
30 minutes earlier.
That means it's not number one.
I don't get why you're getting pressed over this. Sure, this pizza isn't common in the US, but it may be common in other countries.
So reservation. They had a pizza there that I think took to the top spot. Something
you don't commonly see that in America, huh? Also, once again, an overreaction.
And I am an onion lover. And this
of course you're an onion lover, you motherfucker.
Flipping up the camera. The McDouble.
Because right now, all I see is just my dad's asshole talking to me, crushing.
I don't want to hear about that shit, Mario.
You literally make inappropriate jokes like this all the time in most of your videos, so I honestly don't get why you're disgusted.
I don't ever want to see this hell.
But in this hell, people aren't tortured for all eternity compared to how hell really is. So...
I'm sure some people get mad like, shut up, listen to the story. So fuck you, it's a goddamn reaction. Get the fuck over it. You like it, suck that fucking dick.
Alright, literally the main reason why I even made this video in the first place was only because of that one statement that Billy just said. So, here's how many sins I will be adding. I'll add 100 sins for Billy insulting his audience, an extra 25 for the inappropriate joke he made, and an extra 10 for the volume warning that I had to add because, well, it was pretty loud. I'm going to call this the Unforgivable Sin.
I bet kids are watching this video anyway.
At the time of me making this video, this pilot currently has 67 million views. Considering the fact that this video isn't age restricted, it's pretty obvious that children under 18 have watched this. This is like saying, I bet kids have watched South Park.
You don't want me talking
about this video's a fucking mess. I don't understand it.
We do not care.
So how does it look? It's good, right?
And I don't care till I'm not gonna start watching all the other ones just to understand it.
Did you really not think people were going to request more episodes?
I'm Billy Bob. I drink beer. I can shoot superpowers out of it when I need to.
Stop the cap. Toast with butter and jelly, juice, and milk. In my opinion, this bread had
overreacting.
Cheers.
What? Bro,
doing it.
Death with his pistol.
Damn, he deserves more than just wow.
Death by electrocution. And while complications,
I think it should have been more painful.
I'm going to assume Billy does not know the controversies and criticisms of the electric chair. First of all, there have been instances where subjects get killed after multiple shocks, which people have criticized and have called it cruel and unusual punishment. Second of all, this is how the U.S. Supreme Court Justice William Brennan describes the electric chair. The prisoner's eyeballs sometimes pop out and rest on his cheeks. The prisoner often defecates, urinates, and vomits blood and drool. The body turns bright red as his temperature rises, and the prisoner's flesh swells and his skin stretches to the point of breaking. Sometimes the prisoner catches fire. Witnesses hear a loud and sustained sound like bacon frying, and the sickly sweet smell of burning flesh permeates the chamber. If this isn't already extreme torture, I don't know what is. Yes, I do still think Alan Lee Davis is a disgusting person for killing not only 2 young girls but also their mother. But the fact that Billy believes he should have somehow received more pain than the already inhumane electric chair is worth these many sins.
For his final meal with 5.
We're not allowed to tell the truth on here, folks. If we get pissed off at something, you know, it's cyberbullying.
F you mean we? This is you.
Okay,
this
not
is a you
we,
thing.
me, but I mean, technically.
Bomb exploded, killed. But during his 39-year wait to be executed,
why do you keep showing your feet? You got foot fetish or something?
I think this guy is trying not to record too much of the public location he's in for privacy reasons. So by recording the ground, he keeps his location private. I don't think he's trying to deliberately record his feet.
Sweet potato pie. Man who
I didn't pay attention to all the bad guys, final meals and shit.
Okay, this implies that you weren't paying attention to this video at all, as this video is literally just that. Seems like a waste of money to the requester of this video.
1972, Philip Ray Workman. In 1981, Workman robbed a Wendy's restaurant in Memphis, Tennessee.
How dare you rob a Wendy's?
Out of all the crimes this guy talked about previously in the video, Workman robbing a godforsaken Wendy's appears to be the most concerning for you. I'm barely even surprised. Adding these many sins.
Sending a message to criminals, I can commit the hideous crime because when I die, before I die, I can get a good meal out of it.
Billy, there's no way a criminal would try to be placed on death row to be able to eat whatever they want. That's what you just implied.
Today, jalapeno.
Freeze them, please, death ball. I'm gonna keep praying every day.
Okay, I have two cliches to say here. First of all, and obviously, Billy says something negative about the world cliche. And second of all, Billy makes a Dragon Ball reference cliche. 15 sins.
It makes it tough.
I hope you got a ton of weight, man. It's like you're just trying to brag or something.
Okay, so this sin will be similar to what I said in my I Tried Italy's Best Pizza and Total Ripoffs video by Google Foods at around 3 minutes and 30 seconds in. You say in different videos, don't promote obesity, but here you're telling Josh to gain a ton of weight just because of the food on the table. Adding 50 sins for this hypocrisy yet again.
The serial killer
narcissist because all his family talked about was Maria this, Maria that. Boo-hoo!
Neglect and envy tainted Ivo's.
Yep. Tell someone in the video to shut up. Alright, so he can either call something cringe or he can make a reference to Dragon Ball Z. This video might be longer than I expected, but whatever. It is what it is.
And you can barely remember where you put your dune bug. I know exactly where it is. It's at the police impound. Thank you very much.
Up with the cringe. Get to the fuck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he called something cringe. Is that a bingo? Yep, it is. We got it. We finally got it. It took quite a long time, but that's just how it is. So, yeah, I guess that's it for this video, and I'll see you on the next one.